I think I know what you are. Say it. You're a... Say it. Really bad actor. I know. 100 years, you'd think I'd take an acting lesson, but whatever. Not only that, but he's a sucky actor covered in glitter. But people pay for this crap. Speaking of gay vampires, alright, and then you've got your 30 Days of Night vampire, which, by the way, I mean, may seem just a little bit scary, but truthfully, 30 Days of Night vampire, can I get one? Thank you. Alright, doesn't this look sort of like the special ed vampire? You know, they're not really vampires. They're just vampires dressed up like zombies for Halloween, alright? I want you to think about what vampires can do for a second. In comparison to other monsters, I don't really think it's all that scary. Let me get a guy who's really not that much of a scary monster, but one of my favorites, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Alright, so we got the creature from the Black Lagoon. Now think about it, right? He doesn't look scary, but here's what he's gonna do. Number one, he's going to drag you down to the murky depths, try and drown you. Number two, on his little webbed hands, he's got these claws that he can use to open you up and disembowel you. And then after he kills you, he's going to steal your girlfriend off the boat and try and spawn with her. That's pretty scary. Alright? Now,
okay, then.
Move on to, is my own girlfriend really... No kissy face saves you tonight. Move on to my second example. Now, the Wolfman. The Wolfman. Was this guy bitten at a NASCAR race? Alright, fine. Sorry, I'm just snot myself. Alright, lovely. Okay, look, Wolfman. He's feral. He will rip you to shreds. He will bite your head off. And if you're fortunate enough to survive, what happens? Yes, now see, that's the point when I ask you a question that you can shout stuff up. You become a werewolf too, right? Werewolf. That wasn't a question. You're all rude. I hate you. All right, now. Think about it. A werewolf. Thank you. Has no self-control, will rip you to shreds. Doesn't matter if you're a friend. Really now? Really? I've lost so much respect. Wow. Okay. Alright.
I'm a vampire.
Alright, move. Get this off. I'm still talking about werewolves. Thank you. Wolves. Alright, now. Somebody who totally can't control themselves, right? So if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, what happens? You're toast, right? So a creature from the Black Lagoon, slightly scary. The Wolfman, actually pretty terrifying. But the idea of vampires, okay, let me see. You're a vampire and you come and attack me, what are you gonna do? First, I will hypnotize you with my vampire powers. Joseph, look into my eyes. Yes, yes, you are now being hypnotized with my vampire eyes. You will do my bidding. Get up and cluck like chicken, it will be hilarious.
It's worked on.
Look, it worked on it. Perhaps the hypnotism has a range. Okay. So look. I'm sorry. What? I ignored what the guy in the frilly shirt and bad makeup said. What? What did he say?
Is that how you got Aaron to date you?
No, that was blackmail. Alright, so now, so we've got the hypnosis. Kind of not scary. What else? They bite you. Okay? What happens if a vampire bites you? You file a lawsuit, right? No, but if a vampire bites you, what do you do?
You
Die? No. Try again.
turn into a vampire.
You turn into a vampire. Okay, so I turn into a vampire. Let's think about this for a second. A vampire lives forever. All right? So you're saying that I could live for, I don't know, maybe even just 100, 150 years, save my money, put it into a vampire bank account, all right? Have compound interest work over the years, and within simply 150 years, I'm a vampire that's rolling in the bling, right? I mean, I'll be able to afford the nice big Gothic castle up on the hill. I don't have to work. I can play Xbox Live from my coffin all day. That really doesn't sound that bad, right? So I'm an undead millionaire. Okay, what else? Are there any drawbacks? Let's see. Lots of money. Check, not a drawback. Vampire brides. Check, not a drawback. I assume that the girls have vampire grooms, but I don't know. All right. And get this. I can turn into a bat whenever I want. That's not a drawback. That's awesome. Are you kidding me? I drive 44 miles to see my girlfriend, who's only going out with me because I blackmail her or hypnotize her. But I drive 44 miles to see my girlfriend up there, and I have to sit in the 405 for 2 hours of traffic. Dude, forget the carpool lane. I turn into a bat, I fly there. How awesome would that be? And not only that, if you could turn into a bat, imagine how much fun April Fool's Day is. Seriously, you work in the office, you know, you've got the secretary, the older secretary or something like that. Just kind of turn yourself into a bat, hide in the desk drawer, you know, so it's in my hair, it's in my hair. I got you, Cheryl, I'm awesome, right? So that's really not too scary. Okay, look. Let me show you just how unscary they are. Can I see the breakfast option, please? The breakfast option, yes.
Count Chocula.
Fortified with iron, from whom knows where. All right, and not only that. Okay. Guys, here's how unscary vampires are. This dude. All right.
Exhibit B.
The count, baby. This dude was on Sesame Street. And this dude is a chill vampire.
He taught me how to count.
He taught me how to count. So, listen. Shh. Totally chill. And he never once did what I always wanted him to do. I still, on occasion, will turn to Sesame Street and watch just because one day, I hope the vampire's finally gonna lose self-control. Bobby, come here. Let's count the apples. Look that way. Count the apples, Bobby. One apple. Keep counting. Two. Two apples. Keep counting. That never happened. One of the days I really wanted to count and just lose it and attack one of the kids. But here's the deal. It would be awesome, you know it, right? So, vampires, I think we've shown, really not scary. But this is Scary Sundays, so I want to talk to you about 3 real-life vampires that I think there is a danger about tonight. There's 3 types of vampires. You can take the count down because nobody can take anything seriously while the count's here. Okay, all right.
Bye, count.
All right, look. 3 types of vampires. Time vampires, energy vampires, and faith vampires. And they all suck. Alright? Let's deal with the first type of vampire. Time vampires. So unfortunately, we do not have the luxury of living forever, at least on this earth, like the vampires. So one day, hopefully, if we have a relationship with Christ, then yeah, we will live forever. But on this earth, our time is limited, okay? We talked about our days being numbered during the Final Destination message a couple weeks ago. It was Psalm 39:4 that told us that our days were numbered. We only have a limited time on this earth. And Ephesians 5:15 and 16 gives us a little bit more info of what we need to do. It says, be careful how you walk, not as unwise men, but as wise, making the most of your time. So the Bible essentially says we need to be careful how we make use of our time on this planet. I read this interesting article. I thought this was kind of cool. There was an engineer by the name of John Taylor, and he invented a clock called the chronophage, or the chronophage, whatever. Literally, it means time eater. It was donated to Corpus Christi College at Cambridge University. It combines the Greek word for time, chronos, and the word phagio, or phagio, meaning to eat. Here's what the clock looks like. It's the monster-looking grasshopper with a mouthful of teeth, and it devours every second with the movement of its jaw. And a chain rattles in a tiny wooden coffin in the back of the box, in the back of the clock, and it slams shut to mark the tolling of the hour. Taylor's 72 years old, and he says it's to remind him of his own mortality. The pendulum of the clock swings erratically. It'll slow to a near stop, and then suddenly race ahead, reminding us of occasions in our lives when it seems like time flies or comes to a dead standstill. And the timepiece is only accurate once every 5 minutes. Now thinking about that, I'm thinking about what the Bible said. We've got limited time. We need to make wise use of it. What should we do with our time? Anybody? What should we do? As Christians, what should we do with our time?